The video helps to explain what hate crime is, how to recognise it, how to report it, and what/where support is available.
We have lots of definitions around hate crime. As a professional and as part of your service, how would you define hate crime?
So I would say, it's very much a criminal offence that is motivated by hostility and prejudice against someone's identity. So this can be, their race, religion, disability, sexual orientation, and it can show up, very differently day to day. It can be, verbal abuse. It can be property damage. It can be, physical violence. Sometimes it can be in kind of subtle ways and can escalate it. But very much someone being kind of targeted for who they are is how I would kind of see it and define it.
There's two types. There's a hate incident and a hate crime. Hate incident is where no crime's taken place. So like me and Andy are sat here, might say something that he perceives as being racist or against one of these characteristics. So the hate crime is where I might cause damage whilst I'm doing this to Andy. So that's regarded as a crime. Or I might assault Andy. That's a hate crime. Now they both investigated in the same way, but they get recorded differently.
Okay. But when you get people from, say, the South Asian background, who are not English as their first language and not IT literate, what's the support available for them, and how is the service helping to support them as well?
Well, we always try to make sure that our helpline team is made up of diverse identities and diverse sort of history of, the work background, all different sorts of things. So there will be people on the team who will maybe share that identity with you, but all our team are trained to be able to work with all different sorts of people. We can use interpreters, and what we ask people to do if they would like to speak with an interpreter is just call us and give us your name, your language and your phone number, and just say obviously you're from Oldham, and then we'll call you back with an interpreter. But it's just really important that people don't use that as an emergency service, because it won't be immediate.
Sure.
So we would always say, if you're in immediate danger, always dial 999. But if you're okay to wait for maybe a few days, then you can use that service and we will call you back.
How is hate crime affecting young people and families, and in terms of the sense of safety within the local neighbourhoods?
I would never go behind Prospect Road.
Oh, right.
Because you were, almost guaranteed to face some sort of abuse, verbal or sometimes physical, often physical in fact.
So it's because of your background or faith?
Absolutely, yeah, because of the colour of his skin. It was literally that. And that fear still existed for a very long time. For about 10 years that fear was still there. So growing up in late 90s all the way till maybe mid or late 2000, that fear was still there, because there'd always be incidents, and that's what it was. It wasn't, sometimes fear amongst young people can exist because of misconceptions or skewed perceptions of social media.
Now, reporting is seen as is underrepresented in many ways, that people from South Asian communities don't come forward. Why is that?
I think it might be the reason. What is it being dealt with accordingly, appropriately by the authorities? Are their claims being taken seriously? Do they have the confidence in public office in terms of public servant and the police?
And the trust is there.
The trust issues are definitely there. I mean, what also is an issue for the women of our ethnicities, there's a language barrier, there's a confidence issue there, and there's a cultural barrier as well. You know, some of the grievances that they want to raise, it might be with, you know, talking to a man. They might not find it comfortable, so that needs to be facilitated.
What about the society at large, in terms of the faith groups, community leaders, organisations, just general public? What part can they play to not only work together but help services as well to work jointly together?
Well, I'm a great believer that the unshouted about or whatever heroes are people who work in faith communities.
Yeah.
In a lot of our communities, faith communities are the people in churches, mosques, synagogues, or in temples are the people who make things happen in the community, and they just quietly get on with it, don't they?
Yes.
So I think they're very powerful advocates, and usually are good examples of where to start with issues about diversity, tolerance, celebrating difference, as I call it, you know, which is what we need to. It's not something we need to be wary of, and I think we've learnt the lesson. You know, the lesson about, you know, coming together. People used to be called multiculturalism, which I think is an overused word. I think we should celebrate our differences, not try to be the same. I think that's a mistake we made in the 60s.
The difference is the beauty of each community. It's not what you look like, it's the beauty you have within.
Absolutely, it's not what you sound like. You know, the fact that I talk very different than somebody in Failsworth does is something we should celebrate. And it's not a problem.
As a humanity, we're gifted with all these things.
Yes.
You know, one should enjoy. I always say, for example, UK is a world on your doorstep. You know,
very much so.
Just open your arms and embrace it. Yes. And it's a wonderful town with fantastic things happening.
So there was a girl from a secondary school. I won't name the secondary school, it's a local one, and she was there was a boy that's not Asian that would constantly abuse her, verbally abuse her, and she told me about it while we were doing that campaign, that he abuses me, says things, and I told her, look, have you reported it to the teachers? Have the teachers been witness of it? She said, yeah, I've told the teachers, and the teachers have actually been witness of it, and they just simply tell the child not to do it, or the boy not to do it. One day what happened is, during our campaign, 12 weeks campaign, she came and she goes, yesterday, that boy, he pulled my scarf off. And I said, did you tell the teacher? She said, yes, I told the teacher. Teacher didn't do anything about it, and I feel like he did it because I'm a Muslim, because he's not pulling anybody else's jumper or their coat or anything like that. He pulled my scarf off specifically, not my jumper. So I said, what you need to do is go into school tomorrow and tell the teacher, you've told the child off, but I want you to record it as a hate crime. So she went the next day and she said that, and immediately the teacher escalated it.
Yes.
Just a walk home through Oldham, when a group of people started shouting racist comments at me, just because of my skin colour, just because I'm South Asian. They were making hurtful comments and laughing at me. It quickly made me feel unsafe and targeted. They made these hurtful comments. It was like a punch to the gut. Just in few moments, I completely felt unsafe and felt targeted. It wasn't just a passing comment. It shook me to my core, lingered for days. And the anxiety was the worst part. I started to feel hesitant going out on my own, consistently worried about it might happen again. It chipped away my confidence, making me feel like I didn't belong in my own neighborhood, in my own community. It is a lonely feeling when something like that happens to you and you're on your own and you don't know where to report it. The thought of reporting the incident was daunting enough. It was a real fear that speaking up might lead to further harassment, that drawing attention to myself, I could become even bigger target. I felt like staying silent meant living with the fear and hurt, but speaking out risked my safety. honestly, I didn't feel like I would be heard due to my age. It seemed easier to stay silent than to face more negativity or feel dismissed. However, due to the research and learning at CWTC, now I feel more confident in knowing where to report the hate crime. I feel more confident and supported. I understand what happened was a hate crime, that it's more important to speak up. I want others to know there is help and you don't need to be silent, don't need to feel unsafe, and there is support out there.
By dialing 999 if it's an immediate danger. 101 to report an incident, so it's took place but there's no threat, risk and harm. They could report it that way, and they could also do it via the GMP website. There are other ways, but these are the most ways that we'd suggest to you.
Well, we run a 24-hour helpline that all residents and visitors to Oldham can use, and there's somebody there 24 hours a day to listen to you, to help you work out what you want to happen next. Sometimes it could be just because you want the incident logging, so there's a record of it. You don't want anything else at this point, and that's fine.
We need to believe the victim and support the victim and be there for them and let people know that they can come to us and it'll be taken seriously, because otherwise people aren't going to report it.